Hi, my name is Wally Weishaupt. I'm the City Manager for the City of Fridley. The City of Fridley has a vision, and that is to be a safe, vibrant, friendly, and stable home for families and businesses. The Mayor and Council made that vision statement, and its 200 full-time workers work together to make it happen. Fridley is a full-service community providing residents and businesses needed and desired services to thrive. The Mayor and the City Council carry out the will of the voters and establish the policies, including the creation of city departments. As a City Manager, I'm appointed by the Mayor and Council, and it's my job to oversee those departments. In the City Manager's office, we provide leadership and coordination for those departments' efforts. We also support the Council, conduct elections, do the records management, license businesses, and we provide the communications and cable television that you see. Some highlights of our 2014 City Manager's Office include the city elections running flawlessly. Did you know it takes 150 people to run an election and to get it done right? And we did. Communicating with the public took on a greater role in 2014. We improved the looks of our city newsletter, we increased our presence on social media, and this program is also new. And finally, we refreshed our city logo. We also helped the City Council develop strategies to serve the vision that I told you about. We provided funding for our employees so they can be trained to serve the highest levels of support that you deserve. We guided the community through a debate over organized garbage hauling in a civil and responsible manner. In the weeks and months to come of 2015, we're going to be more involved in regional issues, especially those related to transportation and water. We'll be cooperating with other local governments and school districts to be more effective and efficient. We'll be considering a process for remodeling the City Hall and perhaps replacing it. We'll also be looking at preserving and celebrating our heritage, including the 50-year anniversary of the tornado that struck Fridley in 1965. We'll also be improving our website with more communications. The City of Fridley is organized to serve you so that you may enjoy a safe, vibrant community and one that is well managed so it is stable for generations to come. A home for your family and business. The goal of community development is to program the city's future land use and make sure that existing developments are maintained properly and built according to code. Community development brings new business and industry to the city. They also issue and monitor building permits, conduct rental and housing inspections, handle code enforcement, and spearhead our environmental efforts. Scott Hickok is Fridley's Community Development Director, and he has had a very busy year.
We always talk about what we do in community development as having a long horizon. It was very interesting to see this year how about 6 of those very long horizons came together, be it the Cielo project, be it the Paul Hyde project, be it the TOD project, and a number of other things. Efforts on the John Allen project to move that project forward. All of those things, I think, bring this year into the spotlight as just being an enormously valuable year for us in development. The project behind me, the addition of this great Duluth trading store that we've got, the advances that were made on this Tri-Land property to be a beautiful front door, to be an entrance to the city unlike any entrance that we've had since this building was new in 1968. It's new, it's alive, it's fresh, and it makes other development want to be here. Hyde Development and Paul Hyde brought us our largest project in 2014. Many years of preparation went into that development south of 694 on East River Road and is 122 acres. The developer anticipates that he will bring us as many as 3,500 new jobs through this development. The Cielo project will now bring life and vitality, 256 unit project, residential project that moves close to University Avenue, puts a great architecture and new investment in the city that will be appreciated, I know, by many. It will be a great home for the folks that live there, and it will really present an image along our corridors that is valuable to future development in the city as well. Another big thing for us this year was the transit-oriented development planning that would happen between Main Street and the river from the train station down to 694. What transit-oriented development does is it helps folks to position themselves in a way that they can use other options. They can take their bike, say, to the train station by making connections for trails and walkways. They can walk to the train station as well, or they can walk to a bus stop. Transit-oriented development really tries to provide additional infrastructure so that that can happen. We really had a wonderful year. We have had over $46 million in development, new value to the tax base. And to our viewers, they understand what that means. It's a shared then effort to pay the taxes. $46 million of new taxes, new value, is certainly something that lightens the load for other taxpayers.
Speaking of tax dollars, Fridley's Finance Department develops and coordinates the plan, policies, procedures, and objectives pertaining to the city's budget. Director of Finance, Darren Nelson, oversees the city's accounting, assessing, information technology, and the 2 city-owned liquor stores, including the one in Fridley Market, which undertook an amazing remodel last year.
Fridley Liquor has experienced a whole new change that has brought with it a great deal of excitement and enthusiasm with it. We moved into our new space in about March of 2013 and really didn't get it finalized until about November of 2014. We finally got our complete signage package in place, along with a lot of other artifacts that include history of the city of Fridley, which are a great piece to see as well too. With our new place here, we really wanted to bring in a new atmosphere, a new feel to our liquor stores. We're really looking at the customer's experience when they come into our stores. We not only offer just a vast array of products, but we also offer a vast array of tastings that take place on a weekly basis, along with monthly tasting club membership, where we go into an hour or 2 hour long class on understanding the differences in wines, understanding the differences in beers and craft beers and such like that. So that's the fun stuff that we really want to bring our customers into Fridley Liquor for. And the great thing about the Fridley Liquor Store profits is that they get rolled back into the community. Going into 2014, the city's financial outlook had improved significantly from the years prior. What we saw at the beginning of 2014 is that our assessors came to us with an increase in home values, which we hadn't seen for a number of years prior to this time. 2014, we brought in our residential properties increased at about 16 to 18% compared to the prior year, which they declined, I think it was about 10% the previous year. Commercial properties also saw an increase of about 5% for 2014, which again was a nice steady increase on that end of it. So going into 2014, we had some good things economically, both within the metro here and within the city. So seeing home values and property values on the rise again was a good thing, and knowing that our property tax base was beginning to rise again was a great benefit to us. 2014 was a very exciting year for the finance department within the city of Fridley. We not only saw the revamped liquor store, but we also have the implementation of our new financial accounting system within our accounting division. Within our IT, information technology division, we worked on a project called two-factor authentication, which was a joint venture between several cities within Anoka County and our police department on providing necessary passwords and procedures in place for accessing their databases and such like that. Within our assessing division, we saw several petitions, tax court petitions that were successfully negotiated and settled and helped sustain the tax base within the city of Fridley. The goal of the city is to be more transparent with its residents. One way we are doing that from a financial aspect is by instituting a revamped budget over the last year or two. This new budget includes key indicators and measures that help tell a story about where your tax dollars are going. Within the city of Fridley, we are keeping up with technology changes, and specifically within the finance department itself. Over the last year, we've instituted two significant changes that have had a great impact on both staff efficiency and a convenience to our customers or our residents. We've seen an increase of about, I think it's about 150% increase over the year from the beginning of the year to the end, and I think we have close to about 600 or 700 customers that are currently doing the e-bill, and that is a great benefit that the public and our customers were inquiring about, and we're happy to be able to provide that service.
While our finance department is responsible for our technology, Public Works is responsible for our streets, equipment, and buildings. They also take on the design and maintenance of our trails, parks, sewer and stormwater systems, as well as ensuring our continued water quality. Jim Kozlucher, Director of Public Works, hit the year running.
In 2014, we completed a street reconstruction project in the North Industrial area of Fridley, about 3.2 miles in length. And included in that project were about 3/4 of a mile of water main and other utilities. And so that was done, and that's an annual project where we go in and rehabilitate our 107 miles of streets on an incremental basis. We also constructed a new city street, Northern Stacks Court, and then this was a developer-funded project to service the Northern Stacks development on the old BAE FMC site off of East River Road. We also completed the Oak Glen Creek ravine restoration project. This was a partner project with the Anoka Conservation District and Coon Creek Watershed Districts, and was funded through a Clean Water Partnership state grant mainly. It was about 80% of the funding, and we had about 10% city stormwater funding and about 10% local funding from special assessments on that project. We also had a partnership with the Mississippi Watershed Management Organization, or MWMO, and they completed a ravine restoration project near Stevenson Elementary. And actually an interesting component of that project is that there's actually an outdoor classroom there and some stormwater best management practices and environmental practices that are going to be available for younger students and their teachers to go out and explore. A well-needed project was the repair and replacement of a railroad crossing on 69th Avenue east of Old Central, and our Public Works staff, along with Minnesota Commercial Railroad, reconstructed that crossing this year. Well, we had challenges at the beginning of 2014. One was the record frost depths that we experienced due to the very cold winter of 2013-2014, and that had some pretty severe impacts on our manpower and capabilities due to about 80 frozen services that were experienced citywide. We also had frozen water mains, broken water mains that we had to respond to, and that coupled with a record number of snow events over this season. Even though we didn't have a high total of snow for the year, we had a record number of plowing events, and so that created a high demand on our public service workers, who responded very well and performed a lot of after-hour activities to keep services operating for the city. One of the largest equipment purchases we made this year was in utilities for a sewer VACCON machine, and that machine jets and vacuum cleans sanitary sewer and storm sewer, and increases our capability by being able to clean larger diameter sewers than we have been able to previously, and then performs the cleaning on smaller diameter sewers in a faster amount of time. In addition, it enhances capabilities with excavating. We will be using that piece of equipment for hydro excavating, particularly in places where we have utility conflicts and we have to be careful about not disrupting other utility services. This machine also enabled us to clean 100% of the sanitary sewers this year, which is beyond our goal of about 80%, which we typically perform annually. In 2014, our water staff installed approximately 1,000 automated meters, which allow us remote reading capability of water consumption in residential areas. And we're up to about 40% coverage in those residential areas now. I also want people to know that Fridley's water quality is excellent and meeting all standards, including the new Minnesota Department of Health guidelines for TCE. And if anybody needs to obtain further information on our water quality, they can certainly call us at 763-572-3566 or go to the city's website at www.fridleymn.gov.
All these projects depend on a solid city staff, which brings us to the Human Resource Department. HR Director Deb Dahl oversees staff changes and performance, training and development, labor relations, safety, and wellness.
We are fortunate here at the city to have just a terrific staff. I think our staffing strengths primarily are just the wide variety of talent we have, but we also have a group and a workforce who stays longer. We have the fortune of having longevity amongst our staff who start here maybe with the intention of staying a short time but stay for a very long time, and that proves to having a good quality workforce and a good place to work. The City of Fridley, when we are hiring individuals, we look for a number of things. Basically, like any other organization, the technical pieces and the skills and strengths leading to individual jobs. But we also look for passionate, customer service friendly people who are interested in serving the public, who have creative ideas, who are innovative, certainly hardworking and friendly for this culture, but also for those who have a passion for democracy, for improving their community and giving back. So we're excited that employees here contribute their personal time as well as their professional time to the community, but also do more for individuals beyond just the normal day-to-day function. So we look for people who are well-rounded in their skills as well as in their passion and compassion for the public.
Part of what makes Fridley such a fun environment for both staff and residents is our active Parks and Recreation Department. Jack Kirk, Director of Parks and Recreation, oversees areas such as the Fridley Senior Center, Youth and Adult Recreation, and Springbrook Nature Center. All three divisions saw exceptional growth in 2014.
With our teen activity, the zone, we've seen some about a 30 to 40% increase in attendance and participation. It's an after-school opportunity. It's an age group that wants to be somewhat on their own, but still could use maybe some adult guidance, and we have adults and college-age students that supervise this activity. They have opportunities to socialize, but also to play games and have contests and have parties and be involved in physical activities. Certainly the kids love to play football and basketball after school, and so that's all part of that zone program, and that really stands out that we're reaching more participants in the zone. I think that the after-school opportunities at the elementary school is another program that has seen some increase in numbers, and we'd like to see that continue to grow. We also have a program in the summer called our Summer Rocks program, and we had for a number of years some really good attendance in that, and then as the economy started to falter 5-6 years ago, some of our numbers went down, and now we're seeing some increases in that. And what's really special about that Summer Rocks program is it's an all-day activity. So a lot of parents are in a situation where they can't just take their kids to a half-a-day playground program. They have to drop them off in the morning and then pick them up at night and after work. And this Rocks program allows that opportunity. So, and we have as many as 50 different classes, which could range from science to theater to crafts to sports and games and hobbies. We have 50 different electives that these participants can choose from throughout the course of the 9-week summer program. With our senior program, we had a new program that Connie Thompson, our senior coordinator, started this year, which was really successful. It was called Honor Our Vets. And it was an opportunity for people to find out about opportunities for veterans and their spouses, probably opportunities that they didn't maybe know existed. It could have been financial assistance, it could have been assistance with housing or legal, but it specifically is opportunities for veterans, and it was very successful. I kind of look at our senior program as almost being a separate division they offer not only recreation opportunities, but many social activities for the senior population in our community, and also health-related seminars, tax assistance. We have some legal seminars. We have some pertinent world discussion groups. So it goes a little bit beyond what you would, and most people might consider a typical recreation program.
Springbrook Nature Center also grew this year with increased interest in summer camps and a record attendance for our annual Pumpkin Night. They will continue to be the next big thing as a $5 million state bond helps jumpstart the Spring Project.
The Spring Project is something that's been in the works for about the last 10 to 12 years. It's really a project that is designed to take the growing number of participants at Springbrook and concentrate a lot of the organized activity into the 7-acre entrance area. We work with an awful lot of school groups, and we're really limited on the number of groups we can have at the Nature Center at any one time, just because we have limited facilities. The inside facilities are relatively small. We can't accommodate large school groups. Our outdoor facilities in the entrance area are fairly limited. So this Spring Project is an expansion and renovation of the interpretive building. It would also replace our aging picnic pavilion. It's something that's been deteriorating. We need to replace that. We want to have an outdoor amphitheater where we can have nature programs and education classes. We also are looking at having something in that entrance area which we call outdoor classrooms. So they're areas that would be large enough to accommodate a group of 20 to 30 students, along with a nature interpretive specialist, and could work on nature programs with the kids. We also want to have a celebration plaza area where we could have community events and activities, life celebrations. We also are looking at having a nature-oriented play area. There's still some money to be raised locally. Our Springbrook Nature Center Foundation is out there trying to raise money to complete the project. Our estimated cost for the entire project, if we did everything, is about $7.6 million. And I know the foundation has had some recent success with some very nice, sizable donations, and that's really going to help us to realize this dream of the Spring Project for our Nature Center.
Public safety continues to be a top priority for the city. From the visible day-to-day presence and partnerships within the community to the behind-the-scenes work, such as how we share information or alert you to danger. Don Abbott is Fridley's Director of Public Safety and leads Fridley Police and Emergency Management Divisions.
The Fridley Police Department has 56 total employees. We have 40 sworn officer positions right now, and they are divided between the patrol division and the detective division, and additional school resource officers and an officer with the drug task force all work together to, our overall main goal is to improve safety in the city of Fridley. Probably the single biggest project that's had our department's attention this year has been the launch of a new public safety data system in Anoka County. Fridley has played a leadership role in that county-wide project, which is basically serving as a model for the state, and we believe nationally, on how integrated public safety records between police and fire agencies can be done. We just had our 9th Shop with a Cop event at Walmart, and we shopped with 31 children from the community to help them buy Christmas presents for their families. For the first time this year, we reached out to other law enforcement agencies with jurisdiction covering the city of Fridley, and we welcomed 2 state patrol troopers and 1 DNR conservation officer to shop with us. The Emergency Management Division of the Police Department is responsible for keeping the city's emergency plan revised, up to date, and reflective of what we would expect future challenges to bring. This past year, we accomplished a tabletop exercise, which we do periodically, and the focus of this year's exercise was a simulated oil train spill. And Fridley reached out to the state of Minnesota and asked them to assist us with that exercise, and they put together a training plan with us that became a model that the Minnesota Department of Public Safety was going to be using throughout the state of Minnesota during the next year. So we had the benefit and the privilege of being the first city that they worked with to develop this new training plan. That is very typical of what we do on an ongoing basis in emergency management to keep the city safe. We plan around possible floods. We always have our eye toward the sky for tornadoes or severe weather, oil trains, or any type of transportation spill with pipelines, trucks, and trains running through Fridley on a daily basis is something we prepare for. All of our warning sirens have been updated this year with all new control equipment. So every warning siren in the city of Fridley, the outdoor warning sirens, have been updated and upgraded to current standards with the newest digital activation gear. So the reliability and the usefulness of those sirens is as good as it can be. Any crime anywhere is of a concern to a police department. Generally, Fridley is looking at a 24 to 25 year downward trend in crime. Our crime is at the lowest numbers it's been at in that period of time. Areas that we always continue to monitor are burglaries, residential burglaries, business burglaries, armed robberies, which are down, but they still absolutely get our attention, and theft from vehicle seems to be a rather common crime, as it always has been in our neighborhoods and our residences. So those are the crimes that really attract the bulk of our attention now. We also collaborate and cooperate with the county and all county agencies in a new grant where we're working on elder abuse, and also continue emphasis in the area of domestic abuse, and also starting last year a new emphasis in the area of combating human trafficking. Outside of just the day-to-day police work, we have several ongoing programs that people in the community take part in and benefit from. We have a very active neighborhood watch and block captain system. We also have our safety camp that we host with the Recreation Department with the assistance of the Fire Department and Alina Transportation, the paramedics for our area, all come together to put on a safety camp for 2 days in June, where we train approximately 150 elementary school children just on basic elements of safety, how to be safe at home, how to be safe out in public, safe on their bicycles, and so on. So it's a very good program to help ensure the safety of our children. Night to Unite is the first Tuesday in August, and the neighborhoods come together, and we typically see right around 100 block parties every year, and we visit those with police officers, our mayor and our council members, other staff members from the city, our fire department, all try to visit as many parties as we can just to reinforce that feeling of community and safety and deliver a good, safe message.
Fridley Fire is another huge part of public safety. Fire Chief John Berg supervises between 32 and 40 firefighters depending on current staffing conditions, and 85% of those firefighters are paid on call, which means they balance other careers and responsibilities along with a commitment to the community, and they handle a variety of situations.
We respond to all kinds of calls. About 80% of our calls are medical emergencies, so we're responding to help people with some type of medical call. But we are what we consider an all-hazards fire department. We respond to about 3,000 calls every year, and those could be anything ranging from a fire to rescuing somebody out of the water to cutting somebody out of a car. We're implementing a huge program along with all of the other Anoka County departments, and that's our computer-aided dispatch program. So essentially every fire department in the county has access now to a dispatch information that's sent digitally to each one of our vehicles. We've never had a system like that before. The system allows us to receive call information, to receive property information, and to communicate back to the county in terms of we are responding, we're not responding. And again, it was our goal this year to get those computers up and running in our vehicles. We've done that. The next step, of course, is going to be more information being entered into the system. So going into 2015, we'll have a whole bunch of work in terms of entering information that will provide us call information. It was our goal to establish rapport with the business owners in our community, to get out and start our commercial inspection program. All of our full-time captains were involved in that, and our part-time fire marshal was involved in getting out and inspecting commercial properties. Another goal that we had that we fulfilled was the training of 6 new paid-on-call firefighters. As a matter of fact, they will be finishing up here very shortly with all of their training and coming in and doing in-house training. And again, 6 firefighters, 6 brand new firefighters coming in the door, and we accomplished that. One of our biggest challenges has been maintaining and hiring enough firefighters to maintain a certain level of protection. I expect that to continue for the next few years. 2015 will be no different. We'll be conducting a hiring process in the spring. Hopefully we'll be bringing some more firefighters into the academy, which is scheduled to begin in March. All of our new hires, our recruit firefighters, go into what we call the Anoka County Fire Academy, and it's again, a cooperative project through the county where we have instructors from all of the fire departments in Anoka County that have combined to teach firefighters the essential skills they need to come in and do the job. So firefighter 1, firefighter 2, hazardous materials operations, that's about 22 weeks of training, and the firefighters are going twice a week for about 22 weeks, and they learn those essentials, and they're certified in each of those categories. After that, the Fridley firefighters move on and they do their EMT training, so emergency medical training, and again, that's about 120 hours of training, so several months, 2 nights a week, they're in training. Then they come to us, and when we bring them in-house, then they do the training to get used to what it's like to be a Fridley firefighter. We had firefighters that actually developed a mission statement and core values. We had a mission statement, nobody knew what it was, nobody ever had any input on developing that, so we brought in a facilitator, and the firefighters actually developed the mission statement for us, and now we have a mission statement that's displayed in our stations. We have core values that are displayed in our stations, and so that's what we operate off of, is those core values and our mission statements. Another highlight for the year was we maintained our insurance service organization rating of 3, which is one of the highest ratings that we can get for a department our size. And what this does, and again, it's not just the fire department, it's the city of Fridley. It includes the water system and some other pieces, the dispatch system. But this maintains lower insurance rates for our commercial properties and our businesses in the city.
And it is those types of partnerships, collaborations with neighboring cities and businesses, and you, the residents of the city of Fridley, that will propel us into the future for 2015.
This has been a production of Fridley Municipal Television, Channel 17. Thanks for watching.